Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you join me in the extreme corner of Scotland, and for today I'm trying out a new windsock here on my camera, and it is extreme wind conditions for this adventure. It's been so stormy, the weather's been so crazy this weekend. I've hardly been able to go on a crazy adventure, but I just thought I would have a wee coastal walk for this video, and I think I'm just going to kind of head my way up the coast. Look at the waves going flying across. I do have a windsock on the camera for this adventure folks, so I do apologise if you see that in the footage, or even if you still hear wind. You would not believe how powerful today's storm is. Look at the size of these waves behind the old lime kiln. This old kiln built in the 1700s, at one time a massive industrial site here on the east coast of Scotland. We're just slightly south of Montrose here at the Boddin area. Wow, what an extreme place to start this adventure folks. And hopefully with this windsock on here, it's going to protect a lot of the wind and protect the audio. So let's get into this one. I might head down across, but I think I'm going to get proper soaked. Wow, see there's the wind gusting through folks. Anyway, I'll update you once I'm further on with this adventure. Wow, the waves and the sea is just incredible today. Check this out folks, the waves here are so high up. I've never even been here when the sea's been this close to the edge of this bit of ground here. Wow, I can't even believe how powerful the wind is when it's blowing against me. It's just about knocking me off my feet. Check it out, you can't even see the little beach here. Normally you're able to walk right around beside those houses. Wow, and this wind is just ripping around from all directions. I can literally see like the spray in the air here, and there's bits of foam just totally flying. Wow, these waves are probably peaking like 15 foot high or more, rolling into these mad coastal rocks here folks. It's cool often with a short video just to share a wild little corner of Scotland. I can actually see this sea mist on the lens already. Check out this old fishing hutty here, look, still full of old fishing gear. Wow, that's probably some ancient shed right there folks. And it's got the old fishing floats and ropes. I think there used to be like a shutter on here, but the crazy weather's like ripped that right off. Anyway, I'll give the lens a clean and then I'll update you. So down here folks, we're kind of out of the wind, but believe me, it's just colossal and ferocious today. And I can't even believe the conditions. Anyway, I'm going to keep this moving. I was thinking about heading over towards the old kiln, but I have to watch it not get hit by a wave. We need to keep it safe. Check this out folks, the waves right up here next to the kiln today are just insane. 10 foot high or more. Crazy water is just so ready to dry this lens. It's not even safe to be walking through here. This is absolutely crazy folks. Right now I'm inside the lime kiln, 1700's lime kiln. Listen to those waves, wow! See that? The spray is coming absolutely ripping in here, and the wind is like carrying it through and out that hole. Whoa! That's why an old building like this can get wiped out folks by the crazy weather. I can't even believe what we're seeing and hearing. I'm no going close to that edge folks, it's stupid if I did that. Just check this out. Always promise you the craziest of adventures on this channel folks. This is no different. I wouldn't advise anybody to come to a place like this in a storm. Hear that roar? It's so cool I can share places like this with people all over the world. Some of my viewers don't even have the sea next to the house, never mind like crazy wild North Sea like this. It's just mad. Anyway, let's keep this moving folks. I do apologise for the wind. It is an absolute extreme environment that we're in. I believe in World War II this kiln was actually used by like the Home Guard as a defensive position, and some of it was actually changed and modified at that time for the coastal defence in World War II. Wow, the waves just coming flying over behind me, folks. Just check it out. I'm going to dry the lens once again here. Shout out these three that's out for a walk here. They were actually chilling up at this end where I turned up. I can see the train going up the East Coast main line there as well. And just look at this, we're kind of in a dead zone here for the wind. There's absolute zero wind, but I can still see the waves fleeing. And then look at it here. There's actually one of the oldest lime kilns on this site was actually located here before that was even built or constructed. And I believe there was a little piece dug out here as a bit of a lookout in the war as well. But also a main defensive position by the Home Guard in the war was this older lime kiln. It was all changed and developed at that time. Wow, here's the edge of the wild sea, folks. Whoa, it's spraying right in front of me. I need to go over here and have a look. Look at this big wave. The craziest of scenes, folks. Wow. I'm getting blown all over the place, folks. Literally like blowing off my feet here. Wow, some of these waves, I can't even believe the size of them. The ferociousness. If you fell in that sea today, folks, you would be a complete and utter goner for sure. This is so cool, folks. I can't even believe staying this close to the sea on a day like this, just watching it. It's just amazing. I've got the hood up obviously today so my hat doesn't blow away into the sea. Look at this, the coastal daffodils are out here. Look, that's a rare one with like an orange inside it. And then literally the other side of this wall. Whoa. It is a truly magical land, folks. Leading on up the coast here, you end up getting to like Lunan Bay and other magical beaches like that. So around this side of the kiln is definitely the most pleasant side, folks. Look, there's been somebody with a little camp area up here, and what a crazy spot. This section here kind of overlooks the old fishing houses and the old community here that's abandoned many years ago. The houses are so close to the edge now, just about falling into the sea. It's just like ruins. And wow, like I'm just honestly blown away from what I'm seeing today with this place. What a magical area. Let's go and take a look at these old World War II defences here. So this is cool here, folks, because at one time it's the old wall of the kiln. You can see how it's been affected from the heat there at one time. It's changed the stone. And then at later times you can see how this has been busted down and then cemented over. And like, it's cool to just imagine this. People may have been stationed here looking out with binoculars, looking for U-boats and such like. Check it out, amazing. The old cement there that's been used. And look at that, there's massive ants there. Wow, folks, it's an ant's house. Or some of those are ants for sure, that one there. Oh aye, we're in the middle of an ant house here, folks. These waves in front of me hitting that cement old dock there, folks. There's an old cement dock which has pretty much been washed away by the sea, but the waves striking that today are just mad. The water's almost flying as high up as the top of the cliffs. And look at this, here's another corner of the old kiln. Sometimes they had these areas for obviously loading and unloading the main furnace, and that was obviously, we were at the top of that a second ago. You can sort of see with these stones how the heat at one time has actually damaged them to a certain degree. And then I believe these stones would have been put in as a repair, these bricks I should say, put in as a repair at a later time. and then a lot of this other stuff's obviously fallen down in. But I believe this little area here would have also been used by the Home Guard, maybe as storage or whatever, because you can actually see along the side of this where it's been built with the cement poured against the corrugated iron. And that's a cool detail. You can imagine them running up and down there to their lookout. And another interesting little detail about the kiln as well. The original 1700s kiln here, folks. Whoa, I nearly slipped. Check this out here. Throughout the kiln there's these little passages and walkways, and there's a strong wind coming out that one. So I'm not sure if, like, where the other end of that is, but for sure there's wind like blowing out of it. So even though it's pure darkness, it shows that it connects up with somewhere that's also open to the elements. And just look at this old construction, it's mad. There is metal brackets and stuff on the side of here. I'm not sure if at one time there was some sort of little roof or whatever, or another building maybe out here. Also we'll have these stones sticking out, which at one time may have held like a roof beam or a batten. Wow, some of those waves make a completely different noise. There's another train travelling along up there, folks. Wow, it is a true paradise scene today. I was going to go to a few places today, folks, but I'm really not sure. Most areas are just so extreme with the weather. It's not actually safe to be below trees on a day like this, when the wind's gusting this strong. Right, I'm moving on with this one, folks. The wind's obviously coming from my left to right, but at this point it's kind of just coming from all around as well. The way it's blowing the waves and blowing the sea, it's something that you don't actually see very often. But I think the way the wind's coming, it's driving the waves into the shore, and they're hitting super fast. And honestly, within like a split second, you can just get absolutely soaked. Especially with that stuff like blowing through the air right there. Proper sea foam. There's just so much water in the air here, folks. I have to keep drying the lens every 2 seconds. And it's that kind of obviously sea water, salt water. It's when you wipe it, it just smears. Wow, this spot here, folks, I've just loved it. It's cool often just to get out of the house, even on a, like an extreme weather day or whatever you would call it. Look at this, it's an old furnace here at one time for boiling up maybe like the fish or whatever. Check out the old construction. Anyway, I'm keeping it moving, folks. Here's an interesting detail of the history here. Look at the old stone roof. So that shows that's an original roof probably on that building, which is super rare. Wow, look at that. It's proper full of fishing gear from roof to ceiling. From floor to ceiling, I mean, folks. Wow. This strong wind is taking its toll. Right, folks, that's me back up to the top of the path here, out of the wind, and just about back up to the car park. But it was a cool wee short video, having a look at this items down here at the coast and seeing what this looks like in a storm. I'm blown away by the scenery once again and the extreme nature of the coast. Obviously, because of this storms, I'm limited as to where I can go, because there's trees and stuff blowing down, and just a complete madness, folks. Anyway, I'm going to end this one here. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back soon with the next one, wherever I end up going.